Hello everybody and welcome to my 66th VBA 2010 tutorial. And this tutorial is going to continue going into class modules and show you how you can use the property let and get methods. So quite often when you're working with classes, you don't actually want people just to be able to change these variables kind of at a whim from their code. So you can protect them by putting private up here instead of the public, and then when we come in here and we try and run this now, it's going to say it's not found, and if we type in user1 and then put a dot, it's not going to find any properties anymore like it was before, and that is because we put them to private, so we can only access these from in here. So what we actually want to put in now is some methods that we can call that will give us the variables at the top, and we call these property let and property get. So we put public and then property and then get, and then we want username, and let's rename these variables up here. So let's call this a username and a user balance. So get username and then put as string. So it's going to return a string. And then we just want to put username equals a username. And so let's copy this. And we're going to change it slightly for let because we need to pass it a variable. So rather than having it return a type, we put username and then we put byval and then name as string and then a username equals name. And now when we go into our module and we put user1 and then dot username, and we can set it equals to a value, and we can also reference that out on the screen. So message box, and if we press play, and it will say Matt. And if you use the same name, then you can do either or, and the same way as you would with a variable. If you put equals, it will assign a value to it. If you don't, then it will take the value. So that's the opposite of using the get and the let functions. You might be thinking, well, why have I done this? This hasn't actually changed how I'm using it. Well, what we can actually do is we can put a little bit of kind of sanitation in here. So we can, in this one, we can put, we can test whether or not the name is long enough. So if length name is less than 4, then message box, the name assigned is too short, and then else, don't know why it's messing up my indentations, and then end if. And so now if we try and put, say, just as a name, press play, and it's going to say the name assigned is too short, and then it's not actually going to store the name. So that's the usefulness of the property get and let methods. They just let you sanitize the user input a little bit, and you can start putting any other code in here, so you can start recording whenever it's referenced, things like that. So that's going to be it for this tutorial. In the next tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can set up sub procedures. So thanks for listening, and I hope to catch you soon.